Will Death Stranding be at E3 2017? Here to discuss it, of course, with me is Zach Sharps. Hey, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
every kind of show that since Kojima is with Sony, like, yeah, there's a sort of Sony. I mean, they have a deal with Sony to make this game for the console exclusive for the PlayStation, Death Stranding. And since they have been this studio, and since they have been working on this, every show there is a Kojima like kind of bit. Like they come up and say, yeah, okay, with PlayStation Experience during the press conference he was not there, but the day before he was at the Game Awards, and he still had a panel like after the PlayStation Experience press conference. So technically he was at the PlayStation Experience. So here, yeah, we are discussing like, will he do it again? Will he be at E3? Show a little bit more, maybe a small tease at what the gameplay will be, because right now we're still sitting here. Okay, it will be some sort of Division type MMO light that you can also play solo, and there are weird babies involved, and there's also like a weird twist that when you play this game for 10 minutes, then after the 10 minutes you're like, whoa, I did not see this coming. So there is a lot of weird stuff going on with this game, and Kojima, I mean, we know him, he likes the attention. So do you think he will be at E3? Do you think he will be showing something new?
Yes, he's gonna come out with a sort of a WWE style entrance. He's gonna have his own music and a nice like lit walkway that's only gonna be for him, just like it was last E3. Because
he failed though. He was standing on the
he was off the line. He was drunk. I mean, just arrest him now. DUI. I mean, he's drunk. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be one of those things where they definitely have something pre-planned for him, because I think when it comes down to Kojima, he's still kind of like fuck you, Konami, and he knows that just by him being at E3, by him showing more random gameplay that no one knows what the hell it is, and it's just weird and bizarre, it's gonna get people excited, and I think that's what he's probably gonna do. I have a feeling that this won't be hard gameplay, it'll just be more in-engine stuff, and that's because I don't think the game's gonna release in 2018 like he says it is, because that's a huge stretch unless the Horizon engine that Guerrilla made is so amazing that he can make a game in like 3 years time or whatever. That's, you know, a decent,
not even
content
3 years,
rich.
like,
yeah, not even 3 years.
He started in January, I think, with the studio, January 2016. So
yeah, so I mean, it's really one of those things where it's like, okay, if he's showing hard gameplay, that's gonna make me even more skeptical about this game. Like, how much is there with this game? If he shows just another in-engine, I'll be like, okay, that's great, you know, keep my hype going, it's, you know, whatever. So I don't know, like, I think it's definitely going to be there. How much of it's going to be there is the bigger question, and how big of an entrance will he be is the secondary question. Will there be confetti?
I think they will not make such a big deal now.
Will he actually walk us successfully on the lit line for him? Like, can we get our betting propositions up for this right now? Like, what's the odds that he makes it down, like walking down the line?
He will be on stage, I think, but they will not make a big deal about it. I think they will leave the confetti home, because it's not. I mean, last year it was, of course, oh my God, he's back, right? He was
exactly, like, a grand entrance.
Yeah, and now I totally agree with you that they will show something for two reasons. One, Sony is sinking so much money into his pockets that they're like, okay, we want you to sell our console, so the least he could do is like come on stage and show something new. And another thing is that he talked a lot with Greg Miller, like he did some sort of panels, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I got some sort of like summary of that, and that was like that he said that the game has already started. Like, he sees this like sort of PR cycle that he's now teasing the game as the game already. So what that means, we don't know. I can share the theory that Greg Miller has. It's pretty interesting. Later on in this video. But so I really think that because the first trailer he showed at E3 and the game or the trailer he showed at the Game Awards were like in connected, right? When the baby disappeared in the first trailer, it suddenly showed in the second trailer. So maybe they will have some sort of continuation of that again and do something crazy like that. I really think that he likes toying around with that, keeps the hype going for this game. Also, what we also said during the Last of Us Part 2 video was like, yeah, they need to get the momentum going for this console as well. That, okay, you might not get this game for 2 years, but one day you will be able to play this. Keep that, yeah, of course, what the line is for Sony, greatness awaits. Keep that momentum
Good
going.
old carrot at the end of the stick.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And Kojima is a great guy to do that. So I totally believe that the engine from Horizon like really helps for Kojima. I mean, the engine, we saw it with Horizon, is amazing. How are they able to do like that graphical, show that graphical power in an open world game with no frame drops and stuff like that? It's really impressive. So I think that they can, I mean, they still had to retool it, of course, a little bit for his game, but I think it really helps that he did not have to make his own engine. But yeah, still, he wants to make the best game possible, doesn't want to rush it out. Sony has all the time, gives him all the money he needs, I think, and just make the game, and it will probably be, a great system seller. So, but yeah, he needs to show something off. Right now, it's still a little bit fake what the game is. And for The Last of Us Part 2, it's like, we know what the game will be. Sony is like, we kind of, we invest in you, Naughty Dog, but we already got our money's worth like millions of times. So with Kojima, they want to push that as well. They are still proud of him joining the team. So I totally believe that Death Stranding will be there in some sort of capacity. So yeah, what do you think like the sort of capacity will be in them? A small teaser trailer just like he did last year, or a tease at the gameplay? I think that they will maybe do some sort of combination. That will be cool, like some sort of cutscene with gameplay a little bit, that we at least know, because I think he's also like tired of the question, what will the game be? So maybe he will just show something, because at this point they're like 1.5 years in development. So I think that they can show something, small gameplay. I mean, we have seen games that are like that just started development show some gameplay that they want, like The Division. The game wasn't even started, like, or in very early development still they showed some sort of tech demo. That's
exactly
what they wanted the game to look like. So
I mean, it's really one of those things where, as someone who's interested in the game, I hope that he shows something more than just an engine sort of trailer. I have a feeling, though, if he shows anything that's substantive, it's going to be more story-oriented, that's going to describe the world. I don't think he's going to come on stage and show gameplay just yet. I think Kojima, for the most part, is more of a, not necessarily a perfectionist, but he likes to keep things controlled until he thinks it's ready, which is why it's been showing sort of like clips here and there and not really anything super substantive. But I think what would be very good for him to do is at least come on stage and show off a trailer that describes the world, describes a little bit about the story for those who maybe haven't watched every interview to maybe know more about the story than the person that just watches E3 and just looks at trailers, stuff like that. So I think that's more likely. I think that's a lot easier to achieve than doing a gameplay demo, because if you do a gameplay demo, they have to sort of, or like a hybrid where it shows like a little bit of story and then it shows like a action clip of like what's going on in the game. Doing something like that takes a lot more effort, and it also takes a lot more of a controlled environment of knowing what you want to show, what you want people to think up in their minds, and sort of how you want to portray the game. Because if you portray it wrong and people come out looking, like, okay, well, that's totally not what I expected, and in a bad way, that could sort of damage the game before it even has a chance to really develop off of what it was originally trying to do and fully flesh out that idea. So I think if I were to have to like really bet on this, I would say definitely sort of a more story-oriented trailer, not just an engine, what the hell was that sort of trailer, like what he's been doing. Okay, yeah, that could totally be, just to explain a little bit more about the game, because it's still like a little bit fake. On the other hand, it's Kojima, so yeah, you get that type, so you get that type of stuff. So
before we end the video, I want to share this like theory that Greg Miller had, which is pretty interesting, I think. He thinks that because Kojima says that the game has already started, that he will somehow connect your like social media feed, that you of course have to give permission for that, but that some things like some milestones that you put on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever will pop up in the game, so that it will create your own sort of story in that way, that you will connect those things, or maybe trophies you've earned, like you've earned the platinum trophy for Horizon, so there will be a like kind of Thunderjaw nightmare in the game or something like that, and that you have to fight because you got that platinum. So sort of interconnected kind of stuff. I mean, he's known for doing crazy stuff. He already says that this is something you haven't played before, so he's already setting the bar really high.
So basically, that could explain why he thinks 2018, because if it's something like that, it's going to be smaller scale in the sense of like random missions in a sense within a randomized world. Not completely random, because maybe there's still like a core world there, but certainly tailor-made for you. I don't know, like that would be really, really weird. It could be something that's a thing. Where is he basing this off of? Or is that just like a random like Greg Miller?
His speculation, Greg Miller, of course, Kojima, at least Greg Miller said that Kojima did not tell him what the game was about, but he did many panels where Kojima was kind of explaining it, that it's third person and stuff like that, and that the game has already started, and that it's something like you haven't played before. So then, with those like kind of tidbits of information, Greg Miller thought of this idea. So, yeah. It will be interesting.
I don't know. It will be interesting if it's something like that. I mean,
they did something like that with Metal Gear, like with the boss fight and the memory card and stuff like that. So it could be something that is that goes beyond your console and your game.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, and hopefully he does give us some more information on E3, because I'm kind of wanting at this point, especially with his original like, oh, it's coming out 2018, guys. It's like, okay, show us something then, damn it. Like, what is this game?
So yeah, but we are both excited, and we both think that he will show something. Just what will be interesting. So thanks a lot, Zach, for discussing this. We will have way more discussions, gaming discussions up on the channel, so be sure to subscribe, like the video if you did, and let us know what you think. Will Death Stranding be at E3 2017? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.